All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we have to talk about a game that is not getting enough negative attention.
Stay with me now.
It is getting far too much positive attention for what it is. That is what I think. You can call me a hater if you want to. I don't even hate the game. The thing is, I am of the opinion and highly convinced that there is a social media gaslighting campaign to make you believe that this is the best Telltale game that's ever been written. To which the main critique, at least for me, of this game is the writing. The graphics, the Western anime style that it has is actually alright. I don't feel too strongly about it. It is what it is. The writing is the main problem with this game. I don't like some of the voice casting choices. Aaron Paul was phenomenal, but the lines that they gave him were not good. The more I think about it, the more I have to admit the fact that the writing in Dispatch is very close to Hazbin Hotel or Hell of a Boss, which is known to have precisely the problem that Dispatch has, only Dispatch has the problem to a lesser extent. This particular Steam user highlights the problem very well when he states, quote, "Why is the writing profanity-laden and graphically sexual in nature? Cringiest writing I've heard in a long time. Can't go 2 or 3 voice lines without profanity or sexual reference." Then when I read that, I said, who does that sound like? VivziePop, creator of one of the cringiest animated shows on the planet, which is evidence that this game was a made-for-Reddit product, which I personally should have suspected because of the voice cast being half YouTubers, but I suspended my disbelief to my own detriment. The game journalist self-insert was mid. In my personal opinion, I don't think she did that good of a job. That's up for interpretation. Say what you will about it. The voice acting isn't as much my concern as the writing is, as if the writing was good, then the foundation is already laid and everything else can be worked out. But unfortunately, because this is a writing issue, this is a core structural issue with Dispatch story itself that is written into the writing and manifests itself in the crummy and overall cringy dialogue, just like the Steam user pointed out. There are replies to this Steam user's post where they say, "Well, Chud, if it bothers you so much, then why don't you turn it off?" What they fail to understand is that he's not complaining about the curse words being used. He's complaining about the curse words replacing area and space where there should be good writing there. It should be spent making dialogue that is good, funny even. What is and what isn't funny is subjective. But personally, I'm of the opinion that beyond this Invisigal Blonde Blazer draw that originally got people into the game, I don't think that this is a good long-term strategy to continue writing the story in this way. The Steam user replies to their replies stating, "Does the writing magically improve without the profanity filter, or does it bleep it out? I prefer better writing rather than an expletive every other line." Essentially, he's trying to say what I told you previously. All of these characters swear like they've just discovered swear words. Regardless, if we are talking about having some respect for the characters in this world, in the story, I do think that we should have less cursing, sex, funny, etc., and instead have more meaningful moments that are played straight and aren't ruined by constant excessive cursing and annoying, out-of-place references to sex that we could do without, in my personal opinion. If it's a mature title, every now and then 1 or 2, maybe, that's okay. Jokes spread around here and there, but not constantly hitting you in the face with it. There are a few sane people on Reddit, if there are any at all, but if there were any at all, this is one of them. And I'm not saying I agree 100% with their take. In fact, it would probably be 60 to 70, 80%, but for the most part, they do have some points in their message where they hit the nail on the head. The message reads, "The writing in Dispatch is just mid. Don't get me wrong, Aaron Paul is a good VA, but the material they gave him it was weak and kind of poorly executed. Episode 1 already set the tone. It throws you into Mecha Man's dad issues before you can even care about him, and the whole emotional angle feels forced instead of natural. The biggest problem is the tone in the rest of the episodes. The game keeps trying so hard to be comedic that it ends up full of unnecessary sarcasm, weirdly timed jokes, and these uncomfortable sex joke moments that don't fit these scenes at all. It's like the writers wanted Marvel-style banter but ended up with 2010's quirky millennial Tumblr humor. The relationship between the main character and Invisigal is the worst part for me. Their chemistry feels forced to the point of being cringe. Invisigal herself reminds me a lot of Amber from Invincible, written to be relatable and chaotic, but just comes across as annoying, corny, and hard to take serious. The story just kind of goes downhill. It had its moments, but it never stops feeling like it's targeted at older millennials who still find the meta-sarcasm funny. Not a terrible game, just a mid one with great voice talent stuck in a weird, inconsistent script. If they want to make a romantic trauma dump game, at least make it good." Despite the fact that I don't agree with all of the take, but I do do agree with most of the take. Like, for example, I differ on the voice acting from where they are, but I understand that, I respect that. Whereas, you're not allowed to not like Dispatch, especially over there at Reddit. If you say anything that is slightly critical, and the thing is, when I'm talking about critical stuff, and I'm talking about this game critically, I say it from a place of love, because assuming that this initial positive reception causes them to go forward with a season 2. I would like to see them fix these issues in the game so that if I decided to go and venture into that myself, I'm viewing this as a consumer. The concepts and the characters in this story have so much potential, and that's why it hurts to see them being treated this way and given these lines that are just god-awful. There are moments when Dispatch shines. There are certain aspects, certain things that are good about the game. It is not entirely ruined because of the bad writing. There are some things that you can appreciate, but if you're trying to get into the story, it's almost impossible to take it seriously. If I completely shut my brain off, don't think critically about it, don't think much about it at all, and just enjoy it for the surface level for what it is, maybe you've got a point. But as somebody who's actually looking at the source material, looking into it, and actually engaging with the content as a viewer, thinking about the pieces of the story in relation to themselves, the ending to Season 1 sucked. I'm of the opinion that it is not very good. I will be getting into spoiler territory for this next part, so if you do not want to hear it, this is the point where you tune out of the video. When the Z team starts to turn the tide, they start winning, they have the power, the dynamic is shifted to their side, they stand there and do nothing and let Shroud, and I understand he has the dog, okay? But the second that Robert takes the dog from him, they could have easily made a move on Shroud. They could have easily taken him out as well as his team. I'm going to tell you exactly what the play is. The track star guy, he goes in and he swoops in, he gets the dog immediately. Shroud is not going to be able to be fast enough to kill the dog. While he's monologuing, track star goes to take the dog and then they give him hell. That's how it happens. Boom, it's over just like that. Not to mention the 500th Invisigal is actually betraying you. Plot twist doesn't hit as hard because they're just tug of war back and forth with that. So by that point, it's really played out. After experiencing Dispatch's ending, my hopes were absolutely crushed. Especially at the ending, the writing felt very amateur. I don't know if it's ad hoc or these critical role people that are in cahoots with them, but whoever is in charge of the writing wing needs to get their stuff together because they're dropping the ball on this. Dare I say, if you gave these characters and this concept to different writers who knew what they were doing, the popularity of Dispatch would rival Invincible and The Boys and other Western superhero media. And heck, I mean, if the same team wanted to try again, if they genuinely wanted to make a honest effort, they keep the good, cut the fat, this game could be up there with the Walking Dead Telltale games. But other than that, that's all I've got to say on it. That's my opinion. What do you think about Dispatch? If you liked it, if you didn't like it, I would like to hear all sorts of perspectives and opinions. I will try my best to get to your comment if you decide to weigh in. That'll be all for me. This is Gognut signing off. God bless.
Cool dick.
They were all Skittles colors. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, well, you know what? They can taste the rainbow in jail.
What do you mean? Like different colored dicks?
Shit, I do remember you're that shitty villain I busted up.
Not anymore, Mecha Dick.
Hey, Mecha Dick, get the fuck out of here.
So, you two fuck or what?
We kissed, but it was very innocent.
Like cheek innocent or tip of your dick innocent? Okay.
Nice meeting you, Royd, even if it was while we were both holding our dicks. Whoa, what are you doing?
Whatever, it was an accident. Just aim your dick up and water piss it off.
Sorry, bud.
He's only busting dicks!
Lead him towards that speaker tower. I've got an idea.
Better be a good one. Follow me, Feather Dick. I got something real cool to show you.
Hey, nice job. Nice job. Why are his nuts out?
Oh, thought that was normal. You mind helping him?
Why would you crinkle cut your balls through your zipper if you don't have... What are you asking me?
Can you just put his dick away? Feels like the dignified thing to do.
Dignified for who?
I know the guy a little, and it's bad enough he's unconscious.
Uh-huh. Baby, that's got a name. It's teamwork.
Isn't that like a sexting?
What type of sexting would that be?
It's not really safe for work, you know. I'll text it to you. One sec.
Oh, damn, boy. That's some fucking teamwork, all right?